shambolic 24 hours. So it's got a message, there's cattle out at home. Get cattle, they said, it'll be fun, he said. Oh god, I think that cattle be taking the mick out of Dad. God, Jesus. About to get soaking trousers. Lovely. I didn't film it, but we had 9 out last night. The fact that it's wandered off on its own, it's not good. You don't like a cattle beast on its own. If they're in pairs or more, they're less fired up. But this one's wandered down here on its own, so it's a bit charged up. It's got no pals with it, so it's a bit like, uh-oh, on my own here. Oh no. Faster, Dad, faster. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. To get it all the way up there. We're now heading in the right direction. I think it's a bit tired, it's panting now. I think we've got them all. Are they all back in?
13, these
21. They're all back in. This lot are the troublesome lot. These rear ones, Charlie's and whatnot, they don't seem too troublesome. So we're going to put all them back out. We're going to keep these in for a couple of days. Come on, pal. What I want back for good is all the cattle in the same field that they're meant to be in. 24 hours later, and she's looking so much better already. Her eyes are not drooping, she's got a bit of colour back in her face. She's not flaring her tail about like she's all hot and bothered. She's got an appetite. Way better, way better. Right, this door in the doorway is really, really heavy, so I don't know if it's one of the gates that gate lady can manage. It gets stiff in the middle as well. That's the easiest bit. Come on, heave! You're the anchor at the back. Huh? You're the anchor at the back of the tug of war.
No. No.
Right, I'm just sanding blocks for jumbo Jenga for the sunflowers. It's just got tear out on 2 edges. The other 2 edges are fine, but there's tear out, so splinters, and just going to tidy them up. This is more for metal, but it does the job.
Having a good time, having a good time. The shooting star leaping through the sky.
There we go, so that's half of them. I've done another batch before this. These are crosses for knots and crosses. There's a few other bits and bobs that have been made up. Joiner cut all this for me. I'm just tidying up a few edges, so there's less likely to get splinters on that. Ah, damn it. It's a right sodden wet day. Kev's brought the discs along because we've got new discs actually to put on them. Although we might leave the rear set, they're not bad. The first set, they take the most wearing because they break up the harder ground before and it's a lot looser by the time it gets to the second set. So they wear a lot quicker. A load of lime delivered, there's 2 more coming as well, so I'm just going to push this up. Lime is really dense stuff. That pile there, there's 29 tonne there, you wouldn't think it. Just having a run round the cows. I'll show you the cow that had mastitis just a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Here she is. She has made a hell of an improvement. She was looking awfully bad. There's still a small bit of scabbing on the teat, but it is just about back to 100%. Mike the bull's getting bothered by flies. You can see him kind of twitching away at the muscle. Because of the flies, you see the flies all over him. Seem to be extra bad this year, the flies. I've asked a few people, and not just me, they kind of all over seems to be more flies than normal. Righty-ho, I've got a end of a fence trailer, I've got the quad bike here, so I need to shift wood chips out into the sunflowers where I can't get access to with a forklift. Trailer needs a wash. I had to stand on the back of the quad bike to get the trailer in, so quad bike is manky. I am manky. Some start. We'll go and give this a quick hose down. It's a sheep trailer normally, but just going to put wood chips in it. The only thing is, hopefully the wood chips don't pour through there. They're small enough to get through, but I'm hoping they just block up. I'm just nabbing the forklift, but Kev's changing the discs here. So these are the old discs versus the new ones. Slight size difference. So we got them all off yesterday. He's just starting to put them on again, so there's one on now. They're a lot bigger now. There's a couple of the hubs in the middle here that are quite stiff. The bearings are, yeah, that one's pretty stiff. That one and that one. I need to get them done at some point as well, those two bearings. Cool radio. Is it all going to pour out the back? I think I might regret not putting a board on the back. Oh, it's not bad. Obviously this is really smooth though, so there's no bumping. As soon as I get out there, it's doof 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 doof. Lie down. Oi, sit. Stay. Oh no, oh no. A hare just went flying past. Thankfully. No, no, oi, oi! Stay there. Thankfully we're not really losing any wood chips. Come on in, hop, hop. Come on. Come on in. Good girl. Sit there, stay there. Right, this is the first wee bit in these wood chips. Basically, you walk from that direction through here, there's a path out the back of it, and then you'll get to a signpost that tells you what game is here, and there'll be a game. I'm not exactly sure what's going to go here. To be decided, not an issue right now. Watch out, Doug, you're going to get flattened. One bit, done. You can see there's quite a bit of yellow coming through. Load number 2. Dunk's out topping it at the moment. He did have the subsoiler on, but it was just too much rain yesterday. It's just slipping away and making a mess rather than doing what a subsoiler should do. And subsoiler is basically big old, some people call it a flat lift. Like the name suggests, flat lift. It's flat and it lifts the soil. Basically it's on legs, you sink it right down, you drive along and it's got a slight angle on it, and as it drives, it's just pushing all the soil above it up the way, because it's quite a big surface area to it. Pushes it up, fluffs it up, lets it crack. You want the ground to crack. When you do it when it's wet and soggy and damp, it just kind of slides and creates a pan, rather than when it's dry and good weather, it cracks the soil and opens up pores for water to get through and fluffs up the soil. Right, this is the next wee bit. Baba bing, baba boom. Right, job done. This game will suit something where you're throwing at a distance. They're motoring along actually. Some are right out, starky out. Right, this is one of the legs for the tines on the discs, and there's a pin that runs through here. There was one in there, that came out okay. This pin totally seized. I was wailing on it as heavy as I could with a punch and a hammer, nothing. Can't get in from the bottom end because I've work hardened it and the drill won't get through it. I'm going in from the top side. I've done a few pilot holes. I'm now onto a big drill bit, so I'm absolutely manky. I've been swinging and swinging a sledgehammer at this. Right, I'm gonna try that. There's daylight.
What is it?
Tiny little bit of daylight, but still won't punch out. Take a swing at that.
When you wiggle your thumb around.
Ooh, jeez, it's going.
I thought it had moved a bit.
Hey. Right, Kev's got this finished up. We got that leg back on it. Just going to put the packer back on, which is a little bit awkward to get back on again. It was that leg that was causing bother. It was, oh no, what am I talking about? where was I punching out? I was down here. The bolt that runs through there that holds the shoe on. And it wasn't the shoe, it was the holder for the shoe. I got it out. Got a new shoe on there. Legs back on. All the discs have been done. Looks a new machine, to be honest. That's what they wore down to. Right, I'm just in the process of laying bales out in a random pattern to make a bit of a maze in here. Did do it with squares last year, but they just soak up the water, and we'll use the rounds this year. Don't create as nice a straight edge and as good a maze looking maze, but they're actually a bit taller, so it'll be more of a maze for kids and whatnot. Because we don't make the sunflowers a proper maze, it's just a walk really. You can't get lost. Because you're quite a way out there in the field and they're tall and you can't really see, so you end up with the air ambulance trying to save people. Done. Doesn't look like much when you're my height, but when you're this height, to a wee in, it looks like, ooh, where do I go? Oh, 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 dead end, oh, dead end. It's easy when you can see from above. Bales, 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 the kids go daft for bales, they love them, absolutely love them. The adults quite like the sunflowers. You can scrap the sunflowers and just put out 200 bales just out like this, and you'd get flocks of children. They love bales. Pretty happy with the height of them now. They've done a lot of growing the last 2-3 days actually. There's not been a huge amount of sunlight. There's been a lot of moisture about, so I think that's kind of slowed down the heads from getting going, and they've just trundled up the way a little bit. I mean, you're well on 6 foot there. Happy days. There are lower bits in the field, so they'll just be 4 foot maybe. Quite actually good having a range because people get a variation of pictures. Like if they're all tall, you get the exact same picture as a background, whereas you get shorter ones like this, you get a lot more yellow in your picture, so it gives a good variation. Basically, if we get the first weekend full of people out here, it sells itself after that because it's a really big photo opportunity. So people take loads of pictures, they post it all over social media. You don't actually have to do any marketing for this. Markets itself completely. Happy days. Must have been a deer or something come through here, because there's a track where sunflowers have been toppled over. Flippin' heck. Yeah, there you go. There's its prints. It's come. No, I must have gone that way. There's its footprints. Bandit. What a lot of damage a deer can do. It's gone right the way through here. Oh gee, they're tall here. It's come through the sunflowers and then it's popped out into the rye. Then away it goes down the rye field. Bandits. 2 of them. 1, 2. Cheers for watching. That video was a bit of a cobbled bit of everything in there. Cheers for watching. If you've not already, subscribe, and also go and listen to the Two Farming Crawfords podcast. Me and my cousin Crawford, a wee podcast about farming. You're probably sick of me by now, but there you go. There's another thing to listen to. Cheers.